Hi, I'm Kiera Chaplin and welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be an interesting topic. It is, what is it like to be the granddaughter of Charlie Chaplin? The reason I'm making this video is because no matter what interview I do, no matter what project I'm working on, no matter what, I get asked all the time, what is it like having such a famous grandfather? And so I figured I would just make a video and address all the questions that I get asked and to answer them honestly. So here we go. So the first question that I always get is, what is it like being the granddaughter of Charlie Chaplin? Well, I feel extremely lucky. I have a grandfather that is loved around the world. I have a grandfather who brought a lot of laughter, and I have a grandfather who I believe brought me a good sense of what it is to bring joy and to be a humanitarian. And I feel very lucky to have him as an influence in my life and somebody to look up to. Question 2, having that last name must be very, very heavy. Well, you know what? No, it's not. I know you hear always these stories of people having famous parents or grandparents, and it's a hard thing to live up to, but I just see it as a positive. I think I'm very lucky to have him as a grandfather. I could have another person that has the same mustache as my grandfather, and that would be way worse. I mean, there's way worse things in life, and to be overshadowed by somebody who was truly amazing in your family, it's not the worst things. You just have to get over yourself and move on. So yeah, I choose to see the positive. I am definitely not a victim, and I feel incredibly blessed and lucky. And for anybody to think that it's heavy having this last name, you know, I think you're completely crazy. Question 3, what memories do you have of your grandfather? Well, guess what? When I hear this question, I realize that the journalists did not do their homework because my grandfather died 5 years before I was born. So as soon as I hear that, I think somebody didn't do their homework. Question 4, since I wasn't able to answer question 3 and cut them out, they say, well, how did he inspire you? Well, he's inspired me in everything that I do. Just to see his life story, the way he came from nothing, the way he was so passionate about his work, the way he gave it his all, the way he was outspoken for the things that he thought was wrong going on in the world. That just truly inspired me, and I think that's something that I want to carry and try and do. But that being said, I just try and follow my heart and do my own things. I don't try and compare myself to my grandfather in any way. I think we're all our own people, and to try and compare ourselves to anybody is just a big mistake, and that's how you're gonna end up, you know, feeling really bad about yourself, because if you're trying to be somebody else or live up to somebody else, you're never going to be happy for yourself, because basically you're just not being who you're meant to be. Question 5, what is it like in the Chaplin household? Well, that's actually a very interesting question, because I guess when you come from a family like mine, we're all artists one way or another. From my brothers and sisters, my dad was a music sound engineer. My mom's a mom, but she's Irish and completely wild. I've grown up around the circus. My dad is also very much into the circus. He was an art director for a circus in Switzerland before having a circus festival in Canada. And I love hanging around artists, and I think that's probably the main theme that's always been around, is just being around many creative people and creative environments and the supports of the arts. And yeah, we always had a big home, and we loved entertaining. We loved having people over, and yeah, having a good time, a good laugh. And I remember hanging out with circus people, and you know, it's somebody's birthday and suddenly people are doing somersaults all around you. And that, I think, is one of the luckiest parts of growing up in a entertainment family, is to be around all those crazy, wild, free-spirited people. Another question I always get asked, Question number 6 is, which is my favorite movie of Charlie Chaplin? And for that one, it's so hard for me to pick because I have a few, and you just love different films for different reasons. I really like City Lights. I love The Circus. I love The Kid. When I was younger, I used to think that I was the kid in The Kid for some reason, when I was obviously very, very young, and my parents thought it was cute and never really corrected me. Until one day a cousin did, to which I was devastated, figuring out it was actually a boy, Jackie Coogan, and that my grandfather had died before I was born, and I had this whole idea in my head that that was a film about, us, like a souvenir. I love The Great Dictator. I love the stand that he took in that movie and the speech that today is still going viral. So yeah, many different films for many different reasons. Question 7. I often get asked what my grandfather would think of the political situation today, to which I answer, I have no idea, but I'm sure he would make a great movie about it. I don't want to speak on anybody else's behalf, so I find it kind of silly when you ask me. Question 8, people ask, what would your grandfather think of you and your career? Again, I don't know. Like I said, never met him. I have an image in my head that I was able to create thanks to all his movies, thanks to his biographies, thanks to documentaries and all the research that I was able to do, but I won't be able to say what he thinks. And at the end of the day, I don't really care what he thinks. I just try and live my life in a way that makes me happy and that's true to myself. And so that is kind of it for today. The main questions that I can think of, and if you have any other questions that you would like me to answer on what it's like being the granddaughter of Charlie Chaplin, put them in the comments and I will make another video and answer them all. All right, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts, and thanks for listening. I'll be back soon. Bye.